guys.
Hello?
Here we go. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are, and here we go. It is Friday night live, and we are back, and we've got gorgeous weather. Vicky's got a jacket on, but I'm not sure why. It's
Well, we're
beautiful.
in the shade, and it's not blistering hot. So
Magnum's all fired up about something out there. Anyway, so it is April 16th. Friday night, April 16th. We've got quite a bit to cover tonight. I've got a little demo that I think it might be interesting for you, and got some an announcement we want to make in a little bit. We've got a trivia question for the giveaway, and our giveaway tonight. You want me to show the giveaway? Yeah. Here's our giveaway tonight. Look at that hat. I mean, how do you get better than that? That is cool. Love that color. So that is our giveaway tonight.
got a little cartoon drawing of me when I was 35 years old.
Yeah.
Can you move the white, the board, the thumbs up? That's white, and the little boxes are popping up white, so it's hard for me on here.
Yeah, but is that where you
that's
want me
fine.
to move it to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I gotta put a sandbag on this so it doesn't blow away. So, first announcement. I'm super excited. Look what I got. Yeah. I finally got the Milwaukee M18 fuel. And it's, so I went and got it today at Home Depot. Dad was gracious enough to modify it for me, put a base on it. So we now have these bases available. They'll be on the website.
Well, I need to get a picture.
Yeah,
of it.
they'll be on the website soon. If you want one before that, let us know. But anyway, I'm super excited about trying this thing. Monday's video, if all goes
It's
well.
gonna
you
get
tried it
loud
yet?
here in a minute, so bear with.
Yeah, we got a truck, hot rod coming down the road. I can hear
It's
him.
not a hot
A
rod.
big
It's-
truck. So yeah, I'm gonna do a review on this on Monday. But I can tell you right now, just unpacking this thing, kind of putting it together. This thing's the real deal. This thing is very substantial. I am really pleasantly surprised with the depth adjustment.
And the on and off on that housing too. It just
Yeah,
sucks on and off.
it comes
Just-
on and off.
You doing
push
your
that
review
button
now or
and-
Monday?
Super easy. Yeah, I know. I don't want to get into it too much.
It was a little difficult modifying it. So if you get one and you're going to modify it, just remember that because of the angle on here, you have to grip it here and here. So you have to do your gripping here so that you can drill that hole. Otherwise, the thing will just move in the vise. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a challenge to modify it, but it's not difficult to do. You just have to be a little
But the
careful.
Bosches are kind of that way too. The Bosch Colts.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near that much. Nowhere
maybe
near.
not. Maybe not. Okay. Anyway,
I know because I've done them both.
Anyway, so we'll do I'll do a review on this if all goes well. A review video on Monday. But I'm pretty impressed with this thing so far.
Put that back up
Does
here.
it have the
I
light?
think,
Somebody asked.
yeah, I think
Does it
that
have
skirt is
lights the
going to
way
be
the
up
DeWalt
above.
does?
I'm sorry.
Does it have a light the way the DeWalt does?
You know what? Does it have lights? Let me look. Yep, sure does.
Okay, we'll
Yes, it
review it
does.
on
Ooh.
Monday.
We almost lost the collet. I didn't have the collet tightened on there. Collet almost came off. Yes, it has the lights, and they stay on for about 10 seconds after the power goes off. But
Brian
yeah,
Jarrell says hello from LaSalle, Ontario, Canada, where the province is now under COVID-19 emergency lockdown for 4 weeks.
who is that?
Brian Terrell?
Brian Terrell. Hey,
Yeah.
Brian. Sorry to hear that, man. Things down here are starting to open up. We've got quite a bit going on. I mean, every time we go to town, there's lots of traffic, and most of the places that we go into are not even requiring masks now. About half the people have masks, half of them don't. So things are starting to open up down here. I don't know about the rest of the country, but in Arizona, they seem to be opening up pretty well. Okay, so anyway, I'm excited about that router. So
I'm sorry.
what did I do?
Crosscut woodworking. Is that?
Crosscut. I know that name. That
Yeah.
is, gosh, I
It says
know
the
that.
Bauer router at Harbor Freight shows it as on clearance. Does anybody know if they're bringing a newer model?
Hmm. That's the first I've heard about that. I recognize that name, but I can't remember who that is. But yeah, that's the first I've heard of that.
Oh, Miss Pam.
Oh, is that who that is?
Pam.
Pam.
Don't know Miss Pam.
Hi, Pam. Yeah, I don't know.
See, they come in with their name and then they come in with their business name, and I just get confused.
Yeah, me too. So we want to do a couple questions. I'm going to do a.
Victoria Mealer, my little lady.
Hey,
Hi,
Victoria. So we're going to do a question. Dad and I are going to talk about this question. Then I'm going to do a little demo, quick demo, and then we will get into the trivia question
Not
for
if we don't get any more thumbs up.
for the giveaway. So
Thumbs up, guys, please.
yeah, give us
We need
some
thumbs
of
up.
those, some of the thumbs up, please. Okay, so I got a question from who is this from? From Doug. He says, I was watching one of your videos, number 100 on marketing, when you and your dad talked a lot about business owners as dealers. When you guys did this, did you go with a generic sign or did you make one for the customer? Also, when they agreed to let you put in a display, what did you include in that display? Did you offer the owners a certain percentage of the sale? So, Dad,
Well,
There's a lot there.
there wasn't a generic sign. I would make up a display of 5 or 6 signs, and they were all the displays were the same. We had like several hundred dealers, and all of the dealers had a display that was similar to the others. We did. We would put it in. I would take the display in and talk to the dealer, and I would explain to them that we sold those signs unfinished with no hardware, so that would give them a chance if they sold a sign to the customer. When the customer came back in to pick it up, they would then be able to sell them the hardware, which is screw eyes or chains or whatever, plus a finish if they wanted to put a finish on them. And all of the profit or the price on the signs, the dealer got 40% of that. We discounted 40% because we felt that was fair. So the dealer got 40%, we got 60%. We generally did it on a billing basis. That is, at the end of the month, we would bill the dealer for the signs that were sold. And we did it on a 10-day billing so that it was net 10 days to us. If they sold 5 signs, 6 signs, at $30 a piece, we got 60% of that. We billed them for the amount that we had due, and it was net 10 days. No discounts, net 10 days. We had hundreds of dealers. Very rarely did we have a dealer that ever stiffed us on a sign.
sometimes they were 30 days
Well, sometimes they would
based
take
on
30 days,
their billing.
and
But
sometimes they would try to take an extra 2%, but we just didn't allow it. And if it went 30 days, we would let them know on the next billing cycle that our terms were net 10 days and we expected those to be met.
so that brings up a question, an interesting
Richie.
point, is that the way I remember it, again, you started this when I was real small, but I do remember a lot of
Yeah,
this.
you were just a youngster.
Yeah. But I remember that within the industry, 40% seemed to be kind of a standard thing. That wasn't that abnormal. It wasn't a lot, but it seemed to be kind of a standard 40% discount. But there were some places that sent their invoices out net 30, 2% 10. So
Right.
that's why it was a mistake that some people made, some customers made, that they paid within 10, but they took an extra 2 because that was kind of an industry standard as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times they didn't see that net 10 on our invoice, or at least they said they didn't. So they tried to get the extra 2%, which You know,
Not that big a deal.
it was never a big deal to us because they were a customer. Uh, Sometimes we would eat that, sometimes we would re-invoice them for that 2%, but generally speaking, we would take that as a reason to establish more customer service, contact the customer, talk to the billing department or whoever it was, and tell them that, we'll let it go this time. You know, you just made an extra 2% on it, and we thank you for that. That's our way of saying thanks. But generally, probably 95% of our dealers, they paid in that 10 days. The other 5% paid in 30 days because some companies were built up to only pay in 30 days. So we accepted it. We didn't argue too much about it. Kept us busy with a couple of hundred dealers selling 3 or 4 signs a week each. Kept us pretty busy. Now, generally, I would deliver the sign. Sometime about half of our customers I would ship to, they were out of the area. About half of them were close enough that I could deliver the signs, which I always like to do. So that's just another thing that you have to decide if you're going to have dealers. Are you going to ship to them or are you going to deliver to them?
So tell us about the display. Were they what kind of signs were these on the display?
Well, they were redwood signs and they were 6 by 24, except the ribbon sign, that was 5 by 24. So I had a 1 ribbon sign, everything, and then I had a 3 by 18 sign, and then the others were 6 by 24s, some with inset letters, some with outset letters, and some with both. So I made a 6-sign display that I put in every dealer. And then I put little labels on each one with the price and the style of the sign. So if they call me and they say, we want an S1 sign, I knew what it was. They would tell me what they wanted on it, but I knew the style of sign because each of my signs had an identifier as far as a number name. So that was how we did it.
Okay, so the one point that people might not know is that what was carved on the sign, these were all personalized for the customer.
Right.
They weren't like Live, Laugh, Love or Home Sweet Home or
No,
whatever.
so that
right?
would be a generic sign.
That would be a stock sign.
These were like a sign that said the Johnsons, Helen and Carl,
Yeah.
or maybe the Andrews family.
Right.
But they were all custom signs.
Yeah.
They weren't just a generic sign that you could buy off the shelf.
That would be a different deal altogether.
That would be a whole different deal. We'd
Yeah.
make them. I had people wanting me to make one, but we made a lot of signs like Mi Casa es Su Casa. That was a standard sign. And then La Familia Ortega, which is, family for the Ortega family. So we made a lot of different kinds, but most of them were custom that people decided what they want us to put on the sign.
They filled out an
rather
order
than
card.
just a standard. So they had to fill out an order card, and they had to print very plainly what they wanted on the sign. And I told them on the order card, I said, please print plainly. If I can't read it, I can't carve it. So
Yeah.
and so over time, our dealers, because they had good people working for them, our dealers knew enough to make sure that the order card they were going to send to us, whether they sent it or faxed it, that it was plain enough that we knew what they wanted. So dealing with dealers like that is good. There's a lot of stuff involved that you get involved with customer service, but when you're dealing with independent lumber yards and home centers and hardware stores, these people generally take a really good interest in their business.
So back in those days, you were the one that basically went out and traveled and took these displays. I was pretty much in the shop taking care of the shop.
That was what I did.
That's what you did. So give us an idea of what you did literally when you walked in the store. Did you have a display in your hand at that point?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I had the display in my hand. I would walk in, and the first clerk that I would talk to, the first associate in the store, I'd say, I'd like to talk to your manager or your merchandise manager or your owner, whichever comes first. And I would keep the conversation light and friendly, and I would try to get their name and tell them who I was, tell them what I was doing, and tell them why I wanted to see the owner or the manager or the merchandise manager. And I almost never had anybody turn me down. They were interested enough in the signs because it was something that you just didn't see all the time. They were fascinated by the signs and the way they were carved, that they wanted to hear more about them. So
Yeah.
I had almost no rejections at all. I didn't charge to put it in to the display. I didn't charge. I furnished the order cards with the store name on them, and I did all of the work. So the store really had nothing to lose. It cost them nothing for a few square feet of space, and they got a customer in to order the sign. Then they got the customer to come back in and pick the sign up and sell them something else. So it was a win-win situation for us and for the dealers. And we've got customers today that we probably established during that period in the in the mid '70s, and they bought Christmas signs from us. And every once in a while today, we'll hear from one of them. We bought a sign from you back in 1978, and here's what it was, and we'd like another one. It's just incredible the way that it has lasted over the years. So.
Yeah. So the prices, and by the way, guys, I'm going to give you a video that I did a couple years ago, and I've got it written on the whiteboard that you guys can go check out. That was actually a telephone conversation with me and one of our people, and I'm kind of going over a lot of details that probably maybe not as much as this, but maybe a little bit different. So if you were one of our viewers that wanted to go out and set up dealers, but let's say they wanted to do a little bit different, they wanted to do stock signs rather than personalized signs, how would you go about that? I mean, what would be your process on
Well,
that?
in that particular case, I'd make a brochure. And on a brochure, instead of just 6 signs, you can have 35 signs. And if you're going to have stock signs that you're going to make, put on a shelf and have a dozen of each that you can pull and ship out as an order, I probably would make up a 1 or 2 page brochure with 25 or 30 signs on it, each one a different style. Like many that you see if you go on the internet today and search for routed signs, you'll see that some people have made up a website with 25 or 30 different signs on it. But if I were going to do it today and get dealers for them, I would do it with a brochure with one good sign and then a brochure.
Okay.
And whatever the sign is, could be "We the People," "God Bless America," whatever it would be. Then I would have a brochure with good pictures, colored pictures of 10 or 15 or 20 signs.
Okay. So
That's the way I do it today.
and from a pricing standpoint and a billing standpoint, would you suggest that that the dealer, because I have in my mind that one way, but I want your opinion on that. Would you require the dealer to buy those up front and at a discount and then resell them?
Absolutely.
Because that's a different deal than personalized signs just selling off a display. You're talking about an item that a customer is going to come in and they're going to walk out with it on the
Exactly.
same visit. So
In that case, it's just like any other item that's in the store. They're going to stock it, they're going to buy it, they're going to stock it and put it on a shelf. And their people will sell it accordingly, just like they would sell nuts and bolts or vacuum cleaners. it's an item they have on the shelf,
Yeah.
and they're going to sell it that way. Your packaging is going to have to be a little different than if you're just delivering a sign, because you can deliver the sign just in a plastic tube so they can see it. If you're going to have something that they're going to put on the shelf, you're going to have to get a little creative with your packaging. But that's just stuff that you're going to have to work out.
And you think still a 40% discount is correct for that
Yes.
situation as
Yeah,
well?
40% discount is correct for that. They don't they don't get it with no upfront costs, but still a 40% item.
Yeah.
Now you can raise the price on something like that marginally, so that you get $1 or $2 more, and the store will get $1 or $2 more. But I wouldn't try to gouge them. Make it fair for both of you.
Well, you still, in my opinion, you still have to do some research and find out, at least see what other stuff like that is selling for out there in the market and price accordingly,
Well,
and be able to still give them 40% and still make a decent profit for
If
yourself.
there is stuff out there now, that we know there's stuff out there on the internet,
Yeah.
but there's very few stores that carry that kind of signs now, like the Cracker Barrel does. Maybe some of the hobby shop does. Michael's probably does. And you might consider those to be customers. They don't always have to buy all of their stuff from overseas. They can buy some of it locally. And you can still talk to the manager and tell them you're local, and tell them what you do, and just establish some sort of a rapport with the store merchandise manager or the manager. And things will work out for you. You'll get more turn downs. You'll get more rejections with stock signs
Yeah.
that they have to buy.
Yeah.
But you'll still get some that will say, "Sure, we'll give this a try. We'll want 1 or 2 of each." And then as it goes on, then they'll buy 6 of each or a dozen of each. But we're not talking a tremendous amount of money for these anyway. And a lot of times when they buy, like vacuum cleaners, they'll buy 10 or 20 of them at a couple $100 a piece. So they're putting a couple $1,000 into that. And there are more people that buy signs, I think, than there would be that buy vacuum cleaners, but I don't know that.
Okay.
But that's just some of the ways. If I were to start all over again, that's some of the things that I would do and the way I would do them.
Okay. Good.
The new bid, if you're talking about the 1/8 inch spiral, it's the same price as the 1/4 inch spiral.
I think it is. I
We've
think.
got,
Yeah. Is there a lot of questions or
between them.
Oh, okay.
Nothing about what
a lot of
we're
crosstalk between? Okay. Cool. All
Well,
right.
we're giving you a lot of stuff to
Yeah.
mull over here. And if you have questions on anything that I've touched on, if you didn't understand it fully, send him an email. Don't send me an email. Send it to him. He'll take care of it.
Sure.
talking about. 25 after right now.
Yeah, I sure will. All right, so next, a real quick demo. This is really literally going to be very quick. So Frank said, I have a tidbit of information that you may already know about. If you do, then just file this email in the trash. I just discovered you can use the rubber sanding belt cleaner as a pencil eraser on your boards. I'm laying out a sign on a cabinet. I'm building for a customer. I needed to erase a line, and my pencil eraser was used up. My sanding belt block was nearby, so I tried it, and it worked. So
He also said, that's my senior moment of the day.
So, just to give you an idea, this is just a piece of scrap. So, just to give you an idea, I guess I didn't warn you about that. Sorry. So, I'm going to draw a line there. Here is the sanding block cleaner. In case you guys haven't seen this, it's a big rubber block that saves you thousands of dollars in sanding blocks or sanding belts and discs. So
It's in our Amazon
Wow.
storable.
So it
Well,
does
that does a job.
it does work as an eraser.
All these years, and I've had those things, and all these years I've had those, and I've never known that.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, I told Frank that.
He said it's his claim to fame.
Yeah, I told
Is this
Frank
Frank
that.
Jenkins?
Yeah, Frank Jenkins.
Okay.
I told Frank that the thought had crossed my mind before because it kind of feels like it has the same texture, it has a feel of an eraser. It crossed my mind, but I
for
never.
you it feels like an eraser. For me, it feels like my shoes. Because when I was a teenager, they used to make shoes. They called them crepe rubber soles, and the soles were this crepe rubber.
Really?
Yeah, and they made shoes that way.
And
And
you,
why they stopped making them, I have no idea.
and you never used your shoe as an eraser?
Never once used my shoe as an eraser.
Okay. All right, just checking. I thought I would check that out. Anyway, yeah, it works. So great tip, Frank.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Frank.
Great senior moment there.
Yeah,
Now we'll
Yeah,
buy
that's-
school supplies for the kids. We'll buy them one of those.
Yeah, that's right. Much cheaper.
spreading the knowledge like that. That's a
Yeah.
good tip, Frank. That's
Great job, Frank.
Now a whole lot of people know about that they didn't know before, including
And you know
us.
what? The funny thing is, I remember I used to do a lot of signs where I did have a lot of pencil marks on my board, and if I got them, like if I was drawing an arch,
Yeah.
let's say if I'm drawing an arch, and if I tried to take an eraser like a pencil eraser, I would buy those big, those big school erasers,
The rubber,
the big red,
yeah,
they're-
the pink rubber.
yeah,
eraser.
and I'll never buy one of those again since I got
Yeah.
this thing. But there have been times where I've had to erase a big line,
Yeah.
and you'll go right through a pencil eraser in a
yeah.
heartbeat. Anyway, huh?
Are we ready?
Good tip, Frank.
Yeah.
All right. They want to see your thumbs up again.
Oh,
We
okay.
need to see more thumbs up, guys. Please, please, please.
So there's our thumbs up. One of them. Is that on camera? I can't tell for sure. So, yeah.
Did you give Professor Henry thanks for that?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, not tonight.
Not
But
tonight.
this was made by Professor Henry, and
He made that and sent it to us. It's just
I love that
and it's
thing.
just fascinating. I played with it for an hour and it's still fascinating. to
Yeah,
me.
and when you see it in person and all of the inner workings in there, it's so cool. It's so cool. So, thank you again, Professor. We
Bull said, do it again, do it again.
Are any of my kids on tonight, hon?
no Nat Monet.
Renee's
Okay,
not on to see the shirt I'm wearing.
so that's one of Renee's shirts.
That's
that-
one of the shirts
yeah.
she sent me. Yeah.
That one's cool.
Just
Okay,
wanted to say
let's
thank
see,
you
we
in
need
case
to
you're
do
watching.
We need to do our trivia question.
Okay, we're on to the trivia question.
All
So
right, guys, here's the trivia question.
here is the domestic only, right?
Domestic only.
Here's the prize for the trivia question. One of our hats.
All right, so a few months ago we did a fundraiser for animal shelter called muttmatchers.com. Muttmatchers. Can anybody tell me exactly how much we actually donated to Muttmatchers through our fundraising with all of you guys? Anybody
So
tell me what the total is that we donated to Muttmatchers?
we had we probably mentioned that on a couple of different videos. So we're gonna say the closest two.
Well, let's see
Yeah.
what we got here. You guys are close, roundabout there. Ooh. Mid-state rustic, that's Don Spicer, right? He's close.
That's Don Spicer, yeah.
Don's close.
Don is a big proponent of the Milwaukee router, by the way.
I'm sitting here watching the birds on that seed block,
Uh-huh.
and
Don Spicer's the closest so far.
What are they doing?
well, the hogs have bumped that enough so that it's a little slightly off balance. Now the birds, just the weight of the birds, is causing that thing to
Tip a
wobble a
little
little.
bit, yeah. Yeah. So what do you think, guys? We got some good guesses?
Oh, hold on a minute. Yep. Hold on.
People are looking for our videos. That's
All right, we're gonna call it. The one that's closest, and I'm going back to here, is Don Spicer. Don Spicer said $2,350, and we actually raised $2,300.
That's pretty close.
Yep.
Good job,
Leonard,
Don.
you came in right as I was already saying it. Sorry. $2,300 is what we raised. Don Spicer.
Don Spicer. Yeah. I'll write it down.
So he gets a hat.
Don gets a hat. Congratulations, Don.
I tried to get him to use a country trivia question. See if anybody knows right offhand. Gabby Hayes, John Wayne's partner in a lot of movies. What was his first name? Instead of Gabby, what was his real name?
You asked that once before.
No, I didn't.
Really? I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know. But that's
Maybe it was a question and the answer was just Gabby Hayes.
Maybe. That should be easy to.
Well, it'd be easy to Google, but I just a lot
Terry
of.
Lambert said George.
That's it. Yeah, John Wayne movie fans would know that, but other people wouldn't. But when he first started appearing in John Wayne movies, he was just known as George Hayes. And he was just a character actor in John Wayne movies.
Doug Powell said 3,400.
So he wasn't too far off.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody said that he said 2,300 and he said 4,300.
So, along those lines, as far as the fundraiser, our big.
All right, hold on a minute. Don Spicer says for me to send it to Leonard Davis, who got 2324. So write Leonard Davis, please.
Okay. Let me write that down. That's nice of you, Don. Davis. Got it.
All right.
Thank you, Don. I'm sure Leonard appreciates that. So, along the lines of that trivia question, we are going to be doing another fundraiser. We don't have any details on it yet, but we are going to be doing another fundraiser sometime in the next month. Probably you're going to hear more about it maybe next week. It will be much like the Mutt Matchers fundraiser, except the prize for the drawing is going to be not assigned, but it's going to be something really valuable.
That was donated from one of our viewers.
That was donated, yes. And you guys will really like it. We'll probably announce what that is and give you a lot more details on it. We're still putting all the details together, but we'll probably be announcing that at least by next Friday. But yeah, I think you guys will really like this this grand prize drawing winner. So we'll be doing a fundraiser again sometime in the next few weeks.
Okay,
And you'll have plenty of time to know about it.
Frank, remember I told you I thought Frank's fundraiser was going on now?
Mm-hmm.
His is actually, he says to be happening in very near future, details to be released soon. So it hasn't actually, I thought it was going now.
Okay. So, yeah, and you know, we had, and this is not something I planned to say, but we had talked on that Minions group, one of those Minions group calls. If you guys have a fundraiser that you're doing and you want us to talk about it, we'd be happy to announce it for you and let everybody know what's going on. So you'll hear more about ours probably within the next week. And if Frank, if you want to pass all the information on yours on to us, we'd be happy to let everybody know about it. And anybody else that hears us, let us know, and we're happy to pass that information on. So maybe we can help you guys raise a few dollars for your cause. So that is about it for tonight. So that other video that I was talking about when it comes to dealer marketing, here it is, Coffee and Questions, whatever that date is on there. If
411
yeah, if you type that in the search box, our channel search box, that video will come up. And again, it's me I do a little intro on the front of it, but then it's me having a long conversation with one of our people about marketing, about how to approach dealers, and a lot of details on dealers. So it's a great way to sell stuff. You know, we did that long before the internet was around. So it was really kind of the only game in town that we knew of. Other than direct selling, like flea markets and craft shows and horse shows and county fairs and state fairs.
Yeah, we used
did
to
that.
go to industrial shows, hardware shows, especially in San Francisco at the Hardware Mart. We would set up a display of our letters and numbers there, and then dealers from all over, literally from all over the West, would come in there if they were interested in our letters and numbers. Because I made wood letters and numbers after I made signs, I got into wood letters and numbers. And we would set up dealers for wood letters and numbers just at the hardware shows.
That must have been before me. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, it was way before you. I was 12, 13, 14
Okay.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, little blonde-headed, toe-headed kid. Yeah, it was a big deal. It was
Yeah, he started working with me when he was like 13, like full time, and going to school full time, and
yeah.
working out with weights and really building himself up. You should have seen him. I used to go into the post office, and somebody would say, "Hey, Dave, how you doing? Boy, your kid's sure looking good." I'd say, "Yeah, thanks a lot. The kid looks good. How about me?" I said, "Boy, your kid is sure looking good."
Yeah, those are my early days. Those were a while back. Anyway, all right, you guys. Well, we're going to let you move on with your weekend. We got lots of things going on. That collaboration I'm working on, you guys will hear about that very soon. Very excited about that. Some other big projects coming up soon.
Senior moments.
Yeah, senior moment on Sunday. Monday, hopefully I'm going to do a review on this Milwaukee. And what the hell are they running after?
Think of Bunny.
Dogs are
Oh, there he
chasing.
goes.
There he goes.
Oh, babies
Yeah.
on the other side are going running too.
They're
Well, you
after
girls
us.
just don't move as fast as you used to.
Yeah.
And there's
Anyway.
Mac. He's still thinking about it.
All right, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We so appreciate you. Any questions, let
No,
me
we're
know.
not going to be doing the live in the morning.
No live in the morning. I've got to actually, I'm leaving about 1:15 in the morning, heading to Tucson, so I won't be back till late tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of driving for me. But anyway, so hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will be live on Facebook again on Tuesday. And I guess that's
Good night,
it.
Gracie.
Good night, you guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
See you on the next one.